glimpse of all the banners hanging up here in the Humber North campus. Hello, everybody. Welcome in for another great day for some Humber Hawks basketball. The Niagara Knights come in to take on the hometown Humber Hawks. Zach Benoit, Mr. Matt Hamill here on the call for you. And Matt, you know, Humber 12-0, perfect so far this season. And I mean, it's going to be another good game tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you talk about the number 2 team in the nation in the Humber Hawks and meeting the Niagara Knights, 6-5 on this season. One thing about this Niagara team, very tall, a lot of height, great rebounding team, especially in their defensive end. Big key player missing for the Humber Hawks, Kaya Clark, who averaged 30 points, scored 30 points the last time these two teams met. She is not dressed tonight. That could be a big loss for the Humber Hawks as they look to continue this perfect season.
Yeah, obviously we were unable to get any information on why she isn't dressed tonight, so hopefully it's not non-injury related.
It's confidential.
No, confidential, yeah, to say the least. But no, like you said, you know, this Niagara Knights team very, very tall, but they're also the top defending team in the West Division. They're allowing only 54 points against opponents, while Humber is the only team in the OCAA averaging 70-plus points. So you have the best offense in the OCAA going against arguably one of the best defenses in the OCAA. So it's going to be a good match, and I'm excited for this one to get going.
Good old-fashioned unstoppable force meets immovable object.
Yep, for sure.
There's a look at Niagara Knights, who are situated right in front of our broadcast table, and there's the Humber Hawks as we're getting close here to the national anthems and player intros, Zach.
And like you said that, you hear the music going down. That means one thing. Mr. Dwayne Bowles, our PA announcer, is going to take the mic here and do the player introductions as well as the national anthem.
He's going to sing.
At this time, we ask you to please stand from your ranks for the playing of our national anthem. Ahead now for the starting lineups. First for the visiting Niagara Knights. A 5'8" guard out of Welland, Ontario, number 1, Jamira Rousseau. A 6-foot forward out of St. Catharines, Ontario, number 14, Jenny Harrison. A 6'3" forward out of Kippen, Ontario, number 16, Kate Roth. A 5'8" guard out of Port Colborne, Ontario, number 22, Taryn Mitchell. And a 6-foot forward out of Niagara Falls, Ontario, number 23, Molly Taylor. The head coach for the Niagara Knights is Christopher Rayo. And now, the starting lineup for your Humber Hawks, as put together by head coach AJ Sharma. A 5'6" guard out of Toronto, Ontario. Number 4, Brittany English. A 5'8" guard out of Etobicoke, Ontario. Number 7, Nicole Chateau. A 5'6" shooting guard out of Toronto, Ontario. Number 8, Kia Watts. A 5'7" guard out of Mississauga, Ontario. Number 15, Sarah Bapty. And a 5'9" shooting guard out of Brampton, Ontario. Number 22, Marley Bonnick.
All right, moments away from tip-off, Zach.
There we have it. You said it. We have our starting lineups, and we're ready to go. It's going to be a good game to say the least. Tip-off won by Niagara, and we are underway. Quick up to the basket, and just like that, Niagara takes a fast-paced lead. That was Taryn Mitchell. Marley Bonnick trying to find an opening inside. Nice step move. Bapty cutting on the baseline. Oh, not going to be able to finish that one.
Such good footwork by Bonnick and feeding Bapty wide open.
Euro step around. Oh, not going to be able to get that one up. So right out of the gate, we're going back and forth here. Chateau trying to find an opening in the corner. Inside to English, but just rolling around the rim. Humber not been able to break inside just yet, or in the early stages, but the defense paying off. It's Kia Watt going the other way. With some contact, but it doesn't matter for number 8.
That'll be one of those players for Humber we expect to kind of step up here in the absence, like we mentioned, of number 23, Kaya Clark, Humber's leading scorer on the season, not suited up tonight.
Yeah, not having the 30 points that she put up last time against Niagara. It's going to be huge missing that for the Hawks, but there are players that can contribute. 5 of them on the floor right now. Chateau trying to find an opening. Just going to give it off to Watt. Hawks trying to set up a play here. 7 left on the shot clock. Bapty cutting inside. Step around, move, shot up, off the rim, not going to fall.
You know, Zach, I think Sarah Bapty's got a little extra pep in her step. Her grandma, who lives in Arizona in the winter, is here in the Hawks Nest for the game. So look for Bapty maybe to step up in the presence of grandma.
Yeah, we actually got a visit.
Oh, very kind lady.
From her grandmother coming up to the broadcast table, I should say.
She's very complimentary of you and I.
Very,
I didn't believe
very
a word
nice.
of it. I couldn't believe that somebody would.
Didn't think anybody would enjoy hearing me and you go back and forth talking, but that's okay. Shot up by Bonnick, unable to fall. And I was actually able to catch up with Bapty earlier on in the week about, you know, the upcoming games here down the stretch. And she said to me, as being the only undefeated team in the West Division to date, opposing teams are going to be coming into the Hawks Nest playing their best game. And as a team that they recognize at the position they're in, and that they've been really focused on executing all the little details to ensure that they're prepared for the upcoming battles. She also stated that Niagara is a really good team and that they need to bring their A game today. Bonnick down the baseline, nice move. Charge is going to be called right there, so no shots.
Good energy from the Knights there. And excellent work on defense. And Bonnick is a bit too strong, but look out for Marley Bonnick, number 22 for Humber, to be a weapon in the offensive end. We saw that great footwork earlier in the game with that pass to Bapty. But yes, Sarah Bapty, number 15, sounds like you had a conversation with her where she made it clear she's ready to roll here tonight.
Yeah, just really the kind of vibe I was getting from the conversation was just that the team understands where they are and they just got to keep performing like they're performing. Another thing that she said is that they're working all season long towards these final stretches of games, and that the team is focused really just on the playoffs and like strong, want to perform in those OCAA playoffs.
Yeah, the OCAA tournament not that far away, and Niagara will be hosting it actually. The Knights will be on home court on starting March 3rd for the provincial championships.
Humber looking for that big defensive stop, not going to be able to get it, but off the rim, basket's not going to go for Niagara, so back the other way.
It's been quite a hot start for Niagara, a little offensively stagnant for the Hawks.
Brittany English trying to go up for the mid-range J, not going to go. And back and forth action we have already early on. Niagara jumped out to the early lead. 8-4 right now. Bapti defending on the interior. Good job right there. Shot goes up, misses the rim. Kia Watt to Chateau for three. Not going to go. Just, I believe it was off some hands. Maybe not. Just might have been a soft shot that missed the netting. So out of bounds, Niagara ball. We're going to have some substitutions here.
Zach, we got some great sneakers on the court here tonight. Kia Watt with her, I think I've seen those all-purple Jordans before, but here's a second look at Chateau's three ball, which fell a bit short. That's a strong part of Chateau's game. Look for her to tune things up. She's a very effective three-point shooter for the Hawks so far this year.
Trying to go inside is the Knights, but the defense coming up big.
Yeah, Kate Roth lost the handle on it, but it was a good opportunity for Niagara offensively.
Does go out of bounds? It does, and it was off of a Hawk, and I believe that was Tasia Wareham was trying to cut down low. And really the defense has been the talking point for this Humber Hawks team. They've been really very, very strong all year long when it comes to steals, when it comes to just interior defense and defensive rebounds. So look for them to try to stop this Knights team that has kind of had their number defensively.
Yeah, the best rebounding team in the OCAA, the Humber Hawks, and that is a great cornerstone to have as a basketball team. And that's a big part of why the Hawks are so far perfect, 12-0 on the year.
Cindy Crawford picks that one up and gives it back in the Humber Hawks' hands. May Del Mundo on the outside trying to find an opening. Crawford now pulls up for three and just off the rim. And again, down low, Brittany English. And just because of her size, you know, I said it all last year watching her play. She's not the tallest player on the court, but she'll fight with some of the taller ones down low for those rebounds. And a nice move down at the bucket right there. Janie Harrison, with that nice finish right there. Kia Watt trying to get the offense going for the Hawks. A little bit of a slow start, something we're not typically used to seeing. Drives down low, not going to fall. English gets the rebound. Shoots it out to Wareham. And a lot of contact and nothing called.
You know, not only has it been, looks like it'll be on the Hawks here, but not only has it been a bit soft for Humber offensively, but in their defensive end, Niagara's been putting up plenty of points so far already, but they've been not all that contested. A lot of nice open looks as we see Hawks in the offensive end. Wareham putting up that shot, but Humber will actually hang on to the ball here, Zach.
You mentioned it in the pregame that, you know, Niagara has a lot of tall bodies on the court, and that it's going to be a little bit hard for the Hawks to just kind of go interior like we normally see them do. So the shooting from range is going to be key today, as that one misses from Wareham. Niagara, another stop here. They're up 6 right now in the early stages of this first quarter.
Yep. And looks like 3 in the key, hanging out a bit too long. Eden Ferraro.
It'll be Humber Hawks ball.
Eden Ferraro, 6'2", and that's one of 5 players on this Niagara Knights team who are 6 foot or taller, and there's only one 6-footer on the Humber Hawks. That's Immaculate Adarkwa.
Kia Watt trying to drive in, can't find anything. Passes off to Crawford, who goes down. A lot of contact, no call. Tasia Wareham fighting for it. It'll be a jump ball, and I believe it's going to go to the way of Humber.
Yeah, Wareham and Molly Taylor fighting for that loose ball. I'd like to see that intensity early in the game. Here's another look at Crawford's layup.
2 players fighting all the way to the ground. Watt and English check out, and I believe it's Bonnick
Fighting over that rebound like me and you over that last slice of pizza yesterday night.
Of course. I think you won the battle, though. I still have a bruise on my lip.
Well, now you know. You know better now.
Driving down, is there contact? There is. 2 shots for the side of Mohawk. Excuse me, for the side of Niagara. Caught up in last week's games there, partner. But just going back, on the conversation I had with Bapti, I also asked her how her game has improved and what she's looking forward to doing in the second half of the season. And she gave me the answers that she expects to give 110% effort every night to lock up players on defense, and that she's been trying to work more on the offensive side for the second half of the semester. I mean, we know how good of a defender she is. We've said it game in, game out when we're watching here on the broadcast table, but if she's able to get that offense there going as well, it's a 5-tool player all around.
Yeah, real heart and soul kind of player. Number 15 for Humber, Sarah Bapti. Hawks. Oh, there she is with the ball as Humber is back on offense.
Nice pass to Del Mundo. She's trying to go for 3, not going to fall. Bonnick down low trying to go. Unable to get that one to fall as well. So Humber, the struggle continues here on offense as they haven't found a way to just break inside that paint.
Yeah, the way the game's gone so far, you feel like that perfect record for the number 2 team in the country, Humber Hawks, maybe that perfect season in jeopardy right now if things continue to go this way. But we know Hawks, especially that coaching staff led by A.J. Sharma, good at making those adjustments.
Rebound trying to go. Del Mundo picks it up off to Wareham. Bapti trying to facilitate, trying to find an opening here to get the offense going. Wareham over to Del Mundo, back to Bapti. She's going to pull up for 3, off the rim, not going to fall.
Defensive rebound by Niagara, one of the strong points of their game. Nice move.
Cutting down low. Will it fall? It will. And the run continues. And timeout called by the Hawks. And Matt, this is something we don't typically see. Hawks trailing by, I believe, 10 here in the early stages. I believe it's 14. Yeah, it is 14-4.
There's that play that kind of got A.J. Sharma to call the timeout. You're right, Zach. We do not see this often. And you have a Niagara team, and they're coming out gangbusters. I mean, their energy is high. When they got that charge against Bonnick, I mean, they were all together celebrating. Humber, by comparison, the home team looking a lot more flat here in the first few minutes of the game. Now, the good news is, Zach, really just the first frame of the game here. A lot of time
still
for
have
Humber.
three more quarters to go.
But, I mean, to score 4 buckets, or pardon me, 4 points, 2 buckets this far into the game, bit of a cause for concern. We talked about the absence of Humber's number 1 scorer in Kaya Clark, and she, again, averages about 14.5 per game. Not playing today, kind of feeling it so far. And more concerning than the absence of Humber's number 1 scoring threat is the energy a bit low right now, but we'll see if head coach A.J. Sharma can right the ship here with whatever he discussed in that timeout.
Yeah, and you have players. We see the players on the court right now. All of them have that capability to step up and take over those roles of that lead scorer that Kaya Clark always brings. So it'll be interesting to see who's the one that really steps up today to try to take over the reins for this offense.
Yeah, Kia Watt, Marley Bonnick, 2 players on the floor for Humber who are very good at scoring. And excellent work there. You just gotta love the footwork from Marley Bonnick. Number 22 earns a trip to the line and just a beautiful spin move and create some space.
Marley Bonnick as well as Kaya Clark were 2 players that were coming into their first years here at Humber. Obviously some experience already in the OCAA as well as their college careers, but first year with the Hawks, and they've really just brought in that good attitude, that good, the good offense that the Hawks were losing when they lost players like MCJ, Maya Campbell-Johnson. Down low, good defense once again. The battle. Shot's not going to be able to fall. And it was Sarah Bapti. I don't know if you caught that one, sneaking up behind. Going the double team down low. And a nice step back shot there by Brittany English.
Boy, yeah, that's a low percentage shot, but Brittany English doing it all herself. I did not expect that one to drop. But
normally we see a little bit of arc on these shots. That one was just a laser right to the net. And maybe this wakes up the Hawks offense. Kia Watt trying to find an opening, can't find it. English, no one around her for three, off the rim. Bapty crashing in, gets the rebound. Out to Keel, Watt for three, can't fall.
Entirely different vibe for the Hawks coming out of that timeout. Now it feels like Humber really kind of finding their stride here after starting a bit flat here tonight.
Defense trying to step it up here, play with a little different level of intensity, and it's working so far. Bonnick gets the rebound. He's going to drive. Little floater at the net, doesn't fall. No, off the rim, rebounded by Niagara, and they're going to make their way on out.
Just kind of hoping Bonnick would go for a signature spin move there, but unable to convert. In tight for number 22.
So far, great defense by the Hawks after that timeout. Shot offline, and another rebound for 22. And just miscommunication amongst the players right there. And she'll just get herself another rebound, so it's all okay. Dodging a bullet right there is Humber.
Get a turnover, but then you also get another rebound. I think Bonnick would be happy to avoid the turnover there.
Sometimes you just got to pad the stats.
Only 25 seconds left here in the first quarter, Zach.
Another turnover on offense right there for the Hawks. So still haven't been able to really dial up their offensive drives. Down low once again, the fight continues. Won by Niagara. 10 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Not much time to work with.
Trying to find something, throws the shot up. Not gonna go, Bonnick gets it, chucks it down court. And I don't care if it was after the buzzer or not. I was kind of hoping that would go in for the cinematics. But no, after one, Humber's trailing 14-7. And we're treated to a good one.
Yeah, fun first quarter, no doubt. I mean, we kind of stressed and highlighted that slow start for the Hawks as we see both teams off to their benches now. But tell you what, big TSN turning point, pardon me, the HSN turning point was that timeout called by head coach A.J. Sharma. And there's one more look at this last sequence of play. Heave it, Marley.
Out of breath. Took a lot out of her right there. You see the big whew after giving the chuck down court. Something I want to point out to you, Mr. Matt Hamill, is the Hawks have won 24 consecutive games against the OCAA since 2020, and they've also won 16 straight against Niagara. So we know what this team can do. We know what they've been able to do in the past, especially against the Niagara Knights. Now it just comes down to, actually executing, and not having a player like Kaya Clark in the lineup, it's gonna hinder you a little bit. But who's gonna be the one to step up? So far, Brittany English looks like she's stepping up. Sarah Bapty, we've been highlighting her a little bit in the first quarter. Shout out to
just a little bit.
Yeah, shout out to her grandmother for again coming over and giving us the nice words. But maybe she's the one that's able to step up, bring that intensity. It's something that she said she wants to do more, become more of a facilitator. Work on her 3-point shooting a little bit more. And maybe we see it come out here in the second quarter. But so far, it's the wall down there for the side of Niagara, that they just haven't been able to break.
So leading the way here in this game, Zach, Molly Taylor, number 23 for Niagara, 6 points. That's game high. Right behind her is Jamira Russo. She's got 4 for Niagara. Now for Humber, the leading scorer, Marley Bonnick. She's got 3. So it has been a quiet first quarter for the Hawks. We'll see if they can. It looks like getting things ignited there towards the end of that first frame. Niagara will start with the ball. We'll see if Humber can get a big defensive stand. And again, looking for players like Bonnick and Watt to step up in the absence of Humber's leading scorer.
Yeah, you mentioned leading scorer for the side of Niagara and Molly Taylor. She's also the leading rebounder with 8 already. So it just shows the presence that she has down low. And fighting again down low she is. Drive to the net. It's going to be called a foul. And that was Diana Sowood trying to go down for that one, but she'll go to line to shoot 2. Niagara 6-5 on the year. Last 10 games, 5-5, and they're on a 1-game win streak. Last time they took it against, I believe it was Sheridan, winning that one 70-43. Shot up, shot good there for Diana Sawwood.
Yeah, the Niagara Knights coming into this game fresh off a big win over the winless Sheridan Bruins. That scored 70-43 in favor of Niagara, so maybe a bit of momentum coming into this matchup.
kept alive right there by Taryn Mitchell, just diving out of bounds, throwing it back in. Steps up solid for three, not going to fall, but rebound again by Niagara. And Molly Taylor down low trying to get it. Brittany English comes away with it and tipped out of bounds by Janee Harrison.
You know, Zach, we're looking at a Niagara Knights team. Very strong effort so far in this game, but only 3 players on the bench, so not very deep in terms of the roster active here tonight. That might play a factor. You talk about fatigue setting in. We know Humber has a pretty deep roster in that respect and kind of spread things around. English with the 3. But look for that to be a factor maybe later in the game, playing a role here. Not as many bodies for the Niagara Knights on the bench.
It was something we both noticed when we were arriving here at the Hawks Nest, saying, this lineup not as big as, we've typically seen in the OCAA, so some fatigue could very well set in for these players. Nice pass off, not going to fall. Tasia Wareham fighting. And no call on that one, so she falls out of bounds with the ball, and it's Niagara's basketball at the baseline.
It seemed like she was on the business end of some pretty good body contact there, but it will be Niagara ball. English with some good active hands for Humber.
Molly Taylor trying to get it going here. Pass down low, and bucket is good. Taryn Mitchell.
Yeah, how about Molly Taylor with the feed? That was fabulous work and made it a nice, easy bucket as the Knights go up by double digits here, Zach.
English step back, can't get that one to fall, and again, it's the defense for the Knights. Top ranked in the West, one of the best in the OCAA. Shot up for 3, not gonna fall. And the height advantage playing factor once again down low. Taryn Mitchell for the shot, gets her own rebound and gets the 2 points.
Yeah, good penetration there by the Knights. Kia Watt was playing defense, but really just was the victim of the shake and bake. And now the Knights up by 12 here. Looks like Sarah Bapty getting ready to check into the game for Humber. Yes, she does. And Jamira Russo will be into the game for Niagara.
And there was a personal foul on the call, so it will be Humber Hawks basketball. I believe the foul was on Kia Watt, so she drew the foul for her squad. Nice pump fake right there by Chateau, trying to get it going. Wareham trying to find an opening, but the defense just holding strong here for Niagara. Cutting down the baseline is Chateau, and steps out of bounds. So another turnover for the Hawks.
So the offensive woes continue, and you really get the sense that Humber is missing that key cog right now. Kaya Clark, I mean, she's the highest scorer per average on the Hawks team here, but just a real good physical presence as well. Maybe a bit of a tone setter in addition to the points she puts up. Missed right now.
Shot good. Jamira Russo.
Kind of that clear difference in momentum right now. Everything seems to be going right for Niagara.
There it is. Kia Watt draining the 3. Maybe that brings a little bit of life here into the Hawks team as well as the Hawks Nest. Kind of quiet here, something we don't really notice all the time because of how loud it always is, but the mood for this basketball game right now hasn't really sunk in with the crowd. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will be Humber basketball. So could this be the rally that the Hawks need to mount some sort of comeback here?
Well, Zach, we are getting deep into the second quarter here. Humber still with only 10 points. Going to have to change something up drastically on offense because this is not going to cut it.
Brittany English pulls up for 3. Off the rim, does not give her a favorable bounce. So the shooters are shooting, but the ball just can't fall right now. Bodies flying down low. Somehow Brittany English is the one that comes away with it. Driving to the lane, finds Bapty in the corner. She's going to pull up for 3. Sarah Bapty drains it.
Humber Hawks, the #1 team in the province, shooting 3-pointers. That's maybe playing a big role in the comeback right now.
And on defense down low, it's working. Tasia Wareham does a great job on the one-on-one. trying to get it going. Bapti finds Wareham in the corner for three. Just like that, back-to-back threes. And timeout, Niagara.
Man, three-pointers in quick succession for the Humber Hawks. Major, what a turn of events. And now trailing by just 6 points here, Zach. And that's one way to turn the tables on the scoreboard, is heat up from beyond the arc.
And you got to give credit to number 14 and number 15 right there for those points. Bapti starts everything off with a nice three in the corner, runs back on defense to help out Tasia Wareham, and the two players just set up the second three-pointer. And you saw there Brittany English with a nice steal under the net. So, I mean, Hawks, this might be the momentum shift we've been waiting to see. We saw the bench getting electric after both of those shots, so who knows what can happen here, but this is becoming a ball game.
Yeah, you said it, partner. And keep in mind, for those of you watching, we appreciate you being with us here on the Hawks Sports Network. Doubleheader tonight. The men take the court. The start time is scheduled for 8 o'clock. That should be a doozy as well. The Humber and Niagara men's teams very close in the standings.
Should be a great one to watch. Can't wait.
If anything like what we've seen so far, it should be a doozy. Good basketball game right in front of us here with these teams. So now it's Niagara having to call the timeout, Zach. An interesting dynamic. It seems like the momentum is shifting here.
And we'll see. This is a big drive here for momentum. If the Hawks are able to shut down Niagara, this could be the tone setter for the rest of the quarter. See what happens here. Driving down to the net. Bonnick has the one-on-one down low. Defense works. Brittany English coming out of nowhere for the block. And the travel is called, and the Hawks get the stop.
That was against Taryn Mitchell, who is the leading scorer for this Knights team, averaging 12.5 points per game. But that was the height of the Knights really working in their favor. Eden Ferraro underneath the net, snatching that rebound. Second chance, but the travel will kill that possession.
Crawford looking for Kia Watt. Has room for the three. Not going to go off the front side of that rim. And stops back and forth after this timeout. Niagara now back in possession, trying to find something. They were rolling in the early stages. Defense has stepped up, but bucket gonna fall. Jamira Russo finding that one.
Game high 8 points for Russo.
Bapti step back three off the front side of the rim. Nobody picks up Molly Taylor. And she's gonna get the layup. It was Brittany English coming out of left field to try to get the block. Unfortunately, didn't have the height.
Yeah, one thing about the Knights, they've been getting some nice open looks, and they've been converting. And the reason they're up by 10 points once again is they're just making those easy opportunities that are presented to them.
Bapti down low to Bonnick. She's going to drive to the net. Nice move, Marley Bonnick.
Oh, the touch. Again, the footwork we talk about with Bonnick. How about the touch on that one? She seemed like she had her back to the net.
Who says you need to look where the ball's going? Molly Taylor now for three, too wide. Bonnick picks up the rebound. Just going to drive up the court, going coast to coast. Do it all yourself, 22. Bonnick gets the rebound, then takes it the other way for 2 points. Mitchell going for three. Taryn Mitchell just answers right back for the Niagara Knights. Spin move down low. Kia Watt. Count that foul. She'll go to the line for two.
Now on the other end, though, that three-pointer from Taryn Mitchell, that was big. She's not just the leading scorer for the Knights, she's also their #1 three-point threat. She is heading to the bench and for the moment as Kaya Clark sets up for 2 free throws. Pardon me, Kia Watt.
Checking out, I believe it was Marley Bonnick and Bapti. And Nicole Chateau, as well as Tasia Wareham, are the two that check on in for the Humber Hawks. And if you're just tuning in, hello, welcome. My name is Zach Benoit alongside my broadcasting partner, Matt Hamill. Humber Hawks trailing Niagara Knights right now 28-20. Looking to try to answer back. It was the Knights that took the early momentum. Humber has been battling back here in the second quarter. Humber also without their leading offensive threat in Kaya Clark.
However, they are getting some good output from Kia Watt and Marley Bonnick. They are 2 and 3 in scoring for the Hawks on the season thus far. And again, look for them to carry a bit more of a load today and some other players perhaps to step up as Crawford gets a stretch pass.
Great ball movement by the Hawks. Down low with Chateau, missing that one on the baseline. Kept up and alive by the Hawks. Kia Watt's going to drive down low. Hard pass just out of the hands of Chateau. But right there on that possession, the Hawks had some phenomenal ball movement, finding the open attack, but just couldn't get the finish.
Yeah, it seems like that offensive rhythm starting to kind of see that come into play for Humber. However, Niagara's offensive rhythm still looking pretty dangerous as well. We'll see if the Hawks can tighten up defensively.
Try to strip that one away was Kia Watt. Now Cindy Crawford getting in on the action defensively. And it was on the floor. Heads up play right there by Brittany English. Her player beat her and just kind of, she allowed to take the foul before her shot went up.
Brittany English.
Oh, excuse me. Are they going to say nope? Okay, I thought they were switching for the free throws. No, it'll be on the baseline. English will come out. Bonnick will check back in.
Bonnick back in. I'm not afraid to say it. She's my favorite Humber Hawks women's basketball player, Marley Bonnick. Such a weapon for the Hawks, and now checking back in. You saw her with a couple big buckets earlier on. Hawks still trailing by 8 here.
Trying to go down low. Chateau with the defense. But it'll be 2 shots going to the way of Niagara. It's Eden Ferrero. Now, talking about favorite Humber Hawks, I think I got to lean towards Bapti just because her grandmother came up and said so much nice words to us.
Very sweet grandmother. Yeah, that, you know what? That'll sometimes tip the scales. A sweet grandmother.
I couldn't believe it what she was saying you guys are the best. And I was like, no way, not at all. But obviously we appreciate the kind words.
Good looking free throws there from Ferraro.
Chateau and Watt trying to get it going. Bonnick in the corner, pump fake, drives down to the lane. Off to Wareham from the line. No call. You heard one of the players yelling for a foul. Chateau picks up the rebound, trying to break around, rips the ball.
Good fight by Chateau.
Going up is Kia Watt, and the foul's called to the line to shoot 2.
So good fight there from Nicole Chateau. Looked like maybe we had a jump ball impending. She just did a fantastic job of fighting for that ball. Kia Watt had the lane, and there's Wareham getting a little bit of instruction from the great A.J. Sharma, head coach of the Humber Hawks in his 11th year.
Shot missing. First one there by Kia Watt. And she turned around. You can kind of sense a little bit of frustration. Might be going on for all the Hawks right now, is just they haven't been able to get that gear going just yet. We know it's there. We know they're capable of it, but just haven't been able to get it going.
Humber's been trailing, pretty much this whole game here. When will the Hawks turn the tide? Again, the undefeated 12-0 team not looking good so far here in their first game of February on home court.
Trying to find it. Molly Taylor's going to drive to the basket. Stuck at the baseline. Called for traveling. Good defense by Kia Watt.
Yeah, a little bit of that push off and too many steps there for Molly Taylor, who otherwise has been having a strong night. 8 points. That's ties a game high.
Here we go. 2 minutes remaining in this first half, which really has just been a defensive half to say the least. Another defensive play right there. Hawks will regain possession though, as it was last touched by a Niagara Knight before it went out of bounds. But defense has been the key factor to say the least so far Wouldn't surprise me to see a very low-scoring game between these two squads. Kia Watt, nice spin move, trying to go down low to Bonnick. Fighting, cutting inside. Sidney Crawford bounces around the rim a couple times, but eventually will fall. Humber trying to close on in. 6-point deficit was as big as 12 at the start of this quarter, so they've cut it in half. Looking for a big stop here towards the ending stages of the first half. Good passing. Rousseau for three, gonna miss. Rebounded by Wareham.
And too strong that time. Molly Taylor charged with the foul as getting too aggressive looking for that rebound. But that was a big stop for Humber, Zach. We talk about Humber just seeing that offense, trying to get in rhythm, but it seems like every time Niagara has an answer. A three ball of their own. That time Humber standing tall and just a 6-point difference. Zach, we're getting into those dying moments of the first half. Can Humber kind of change the complexion, maybe start the third quarter with a better prospect here, but still trailing?
Two basket game is what we're treated to right now. Humber trailing. Nice pass down low to Crawford, unable to finish it. Rebounded by the Knights, and we're going to go the other way. Molly Taylor brings it across the timeline, trying to find an opening. Cutting down low, drives to the net. It'll be called a blocking foul on Crawford. So going to the line to shoot two, it'll be Janee Harrison. And headed towards the locker room, you know, for the end of this first half, you gotta wonder what the message by head coach AJ Sharma is gonna be. Obviously the Hawks, we haven't seen them at all really have a deficit going into half. They're usually the team that's been dominating the games, but you know, for the first time, not to quote a Disney show or movie that I don't remember, but for the first time in a long time, we're seeing a deficit.
I heard that Coach Sharma is going to have Sarah Baptiste's grandma address the team at halftime. No, just kidding.
Imagine that would be
a rebound. Less than a minute left here, Zach.
Crawford trying to drive, can't get it to go. Looked like there might have been contact, but no call. Rousseau now calling out for the Knights. Screen set, just going to drive the lane. Should just get it to fall. No, rebounded by Watt. Fighting is Kia Watt. And hit around and rebounded. Is it called a foul or is it called up and down? Nope, it's going to be called a foul. So going to the line, Diana Sawwood.
Yeah, Deanna will be up for her first free throw now. She's by way of Ottawa.
First shot up, first shot good. (32-23). Back to a double-digit game. Molly Taylor out, and Angelica Lepensi in.
20 seconds, shot clock turned off. Can Humber cook something up here, get some good vibes? They're trailing by 10 right now.
And a steal. Defense coming up big once again for the Knights and taking it the other way. Janee Harrison. That was a big play to get the momentum. 2 seconds left. Kia Watt from deep for three. Sinks it to end the half. And maybe that gives the Hawks the momentum they need going into the third quarter.
That was major. We talked about, can one of these teams cook something up to get some juice, some energy heading into the second half? And Kia Watt did exactly that. That thing was from way downtown Steph Curry range. And now Humber trailing by 9 as we head into halftime.
Well, I don't know about you, partner, but I don't want to have to wait 20 minutes, but we have to. So we'll step aside for about 15 to 20 minutes or so. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned for second half action here at the Hawks Nest between the Niagara Knights and your Humber Hawks. Really? You don't need to open that.
It's now time for the OCAA shooter match. You will have 2 shots start from the 3-point line. You can 2 attempts at free throw or 2 attempts at 3-point shot. And you have 1 attempt at shot from backcourt for $1,000. You got 1 more chance for free throw. It's good. Now on the 3-point shot. We got 1 more opportunity. It's good. All right, ladies and gentlemen,
there now.
My favorite rappers. Oh, sorry.
Welcome back, everybody, to the halftime here in the Hawks Nest between the visiting Niagara Knights and the hometown Humber Hawks. Zach Benoit, Mr. Matt Hamill on the call here for you. Hope you're having a good one. Hope you had a good, a little bit of a rest. We have some fans here enjoying the spectacles. I believe that young man is a part of the Niagara Knights. Saw him walking across our table before. Nonetheless, welcome back. Hope you're able to grab some food, maybe go to the bathroom. If you had to do a load of laundry, maybe you got the laundry. Good job for you. Get a gold star.
Save the dishes for later, though.
Well, the dishes are for between the two games, because right now we are getting back to Humber Hawks basketball. If you missed the first half, well, you missed a good one. We ended it off with a Keel Watt nearly half-court buzzer beater 3. And the Hawks trail it 35-26. 9-point lead for the Niagara Knights. We saw some pretty big highlights in that first half, Matt. Anything you want to kind of point out?
Yeah, well, a low-scoring affair, especially on the part of the Humber Hawks, and hope you're enjoying the heavy metal we're playing here on the HSN, the Hawk Sports Network. Leading the game right now is a Humber Hawk. Kiowa has 10 points. That is a game high. The only player in double digits. Look at that lady. She's enjoying the hard rock music. Da-da-da. Now for the Niagara Knights, leading the way, no surprise here, Zach. Taryn Mitchell, who leads Niagara in scoring on the season, she has the team high 9. And 9 points is the margin of the lead that the Niagara team is holding right now. And Zach, they've been in the lead.
Yeah, like you said, they've been in the lead for the entirety of the game. I don't think they've dropped. It was right off that opening tip-off. They got the ball and then took it right to the hoop for the opening basket. So ever since then, Niagara has just been taking charge, to say the least. Humber, though, on defense, it was a bit of a slow start in the first quarter and then really picked up and ramped up with the steals in the second. So they have 7 on the game right now, and I want to see how they come out of this break. Rousseau's trying to go for a shot, not going to fall. Molly Taylor from nowhere picking up the rebound. So the Niagara Knights drive, staying active. Harrison driving, and a nice strip off of Harrison by Marley Bonnick. So the Humber Hawks will get the ball right on back.
Just a great defensive play by Marley Bonnick, who's one of those Humber Hawks players who we see time and time again getting it done on both ends of the court, that time with the strip. And Humber gets possession. But Zach, you know, Niagara with this lead, they've actually had in that first half quite a number of turnovers. And despite that, still with that comfortable 9-point lead heading into this half. So Humber is really going to have to tighten things up because it's been all Niagara so far.
And the ball stripped away right here by Rousseau, driving down, can't find anything. Harrison in the corner, not going to go. Rousseau drives it, but another great defensive stop. It was stripped away by Kia Watt. English driving down. Kia Watt in the corner for three. Going to hand it off to Bapti for three. Count the bucket. Sarah Bapti, her second three-pointer of the game.
And Grandma Bapti loved that one. Now, unfortunately, we have an injured Niagara Knight on the court. We won't show you the injured player, but it looks like an ankle situation for number 23, Molly Taylor. Big three ball, and just imagine Sarah Bapti's grandma clapping up a storm after that.
Hope she'll be okay.
And we won't keep the camera on her too long.
The Humber Hawks will just kind of talk along the side here. But like you said, this was kind of what we wanted to see out of the Hawks, is just kind of, you know, allow, like, come out of the gate firing. And that's kind of what they've done so far. So really glad to see that. Get a pan of the Humber Hawks bench, some players who haven't checked in yet, who have.
And there's the ankle situation. Kind of looks like Molly Taylor knew right away. And again, this really highlights now only 2 players on the bench.
So Niagara currently leading at 35-29. And obviously, as we pan away from Molly Taylor, we hope that she'll be okay, but continue the action here in the Hawks' nest. And off we go. Niagara trying to mount after that big three from Bapti. Trying to get something going. You mentioned it, though, partner. The bench gets even shorter for the Knights, who only have 9 players active. Try to get it stripped away. That was Sarah Bapti, and it'll be a jump ball. Niagara, though, will regain possession.
Well, presuming that Molly Taylor's ankle injury keeps her out of the game, not quite sure the severity right now. Only 2 players on the bench in that case for the Knights, so a thin roster could lead to some tiredness.
Kia Watt trying to drive up the lane. It was a missed shot. Down low, Nicole Chateau. Soft touch at the rim for her first basket of the game. And sailing it out of bounds. And that's the pressure right there by the Hawks. The defense coming through. It was Brittany English. Again, making a good defensive stop, putting the pressure on Niagara. And Humber will have a ball down at the baseline. You see on your screen right there, second-year player out of Etobicoke, Ontario, Nicole Chateau, with a nice finger roll at the net. Bonnick now trying to go down low. Swung around, Bapti in the corner for 3, just off the rim. Does Bonnick keep it alive? She does. Chateau gets it to English for 3, off the rim, not gonna fall. Bonnick still fighting down low. Whose ball's it gonna be? I believe it's gonna be the Knights. Big sequence there for the Hawks. Got close to a basket a couple of times. Fortunately, couldn't get it to fall.
And closing up the gap a little bit here, right? Entered the half with a 9-point deficit. The Hawks now trailing by just 4. 2-possession game. Let's see if Humber can just keep the offensive rhythm going, because it's really going to be what's needed is a big turnaround here, because Humber has been a little flat on the offensive end.
Another great defensive stop.
English draws the foul. That's going to be charged to Taryn Mitchell.
Nope, they're gonna charge it to 21. Angelica Lapensi. Thought it was on Terrence Mitchell. She was also involved on that play. But again, Humber's defense coming up big. You saw Kia Watt kind of go up behind, tip the ball out of the hands of Lapensi. Kia Watt's gonna try to drive the lane. A block coming through right there by Russo.
Yeah, we talked about Niagara. They lead the province in blocks per game. There's another one of those electrifying plays. Maybe we'll see a mega block tonight.
Kiawat throws it out to Chateau, gives it back to, can't find it for the 3. Off the rim, rebounded by Mitchell. Shot up by Harrison, not gonna fall. Brittany English trying to get down low for the rebound. Couldn't get it, tipped away. Bapti trying to steal it away. Mitchell for 3, off the rim.
Another
again,
rebound.
And that's been the heartbreaker for the Hawks, is just allowing that offensive board to come through. Fighting down low. Nicole Chateau's the one that's able to get it, take it out across the timeline. Going to slow it down, trying to create a play here for the Hawks. They only trail 4, 2-bucket game we have here. Kiawat drives down low, high off the glass, and Kiawat for 2.
You know, Zach, we saw just on that last offensive possession for Niagara a couple of second and third chance opportunities. Rebounding has certainly been in favor of the Knights here this evening. In the first half, it was 32 rebounds for Niagara to 22 for Humber. So far here in half number 2, the rebound advantage clearly in favor of the Knights. Let's get a jump ball.
Jump ball for the Hawks. And they'll take possession. Marley Bonnick as well as Sarah Bapti on that one again. So really, we have the papers in front of us for the scoreline, and you know, Bonnick doing her job when it comes to scoring, but the defense, you know, the stats on the defensive side haven't shown. Kind of the same thing with Bapti. You know, the stats aren't shown, but they're still doing a great job inside the paint to shut down. Bonnick now with the mid-range J, not going to go. Bapti trying to get the rebound, coming out of nowhere. Couldn't grab it, so it'll be Niagara Knights ball.
Humber now down by just 2. Zach's kind of chipping away, and I mean, for a Niagara Knights team who finished the first half with 35 points, 4 minutes into the second half, still have yet to kind of get any offense here, and that's certainly worked to Humber's advantage. And that could be trouble for the Knights if they don't kind of reestablish that offensive rhythm here.
Hawks on an 8-0 run right now to start off this second half. Niagara trying to answer, trying to get it going here. Pass out, down low. The hook shot, not going to fall in. English coming away with the rebound, tipped out. It'll still be Hawks ball, but Brittany English, I don't know if you ever heard the phrase, height doesn't measure heart. Well, that's key right there for number 4 in white. She plays with her heart on the court, does not care the height advantage for the Niagara Knights. And called for the travel is English.
It's English hitting the hardwood that time, but yeah, there's the fight and the grit you always see from number 4 for Humber. Now, Brittany English didn't play earlier in the season for the Hawks and rejoining the team a bit, certainly midway into the season, but she has made an impact. There she is on defense, playing some pretty energetic D.
5th-year player for the Humber Hawks. That was Taryn Mitchell going up for the shot and couldn't get that one to drop. Humber rebounds. It'll be across the timeline by Brittany English, who shoots the mid-range J off the rim, can't fall. 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Humber still on this 8-0 run. And stripped away, English is going to try to fast break it down. Going to slow down the play, going across court to Kiawat. Quick pass off to Bapti, who drives down low with the contact. Sarah Bapti finishes the basket.
Sarah Bapti's grandma enjoying some of the Humber Hawks popcorn right now. The free popcorn distributed here at the Hawks Nest, and a lot of reasons for her to be happy. Her granddaughter once again contributing on offense.
The extra fire in the game today by Bapti because grandma is in town. Shot by Taryn Mitchell, not going to go. Bapti, rebound, and she's going to fast break down the court. Contact, gets the foul. It'll be 2 shots at the line for 1-5.
Mitchell is charged with the foul. Now, Zach, we highlighted Humber was down by 9 points at halftime, despite the fact that Niagara was turning the ball over a lot. Well, so far here in the third quarter, they've continued to turn the ball over a lot. They've yet to put up a point here as we're approaching 6 minutes into quarter number 3, and has allowed Humber to charge back. We're all tied up here, Zach.
And timeout called here, so we'll take a quick little break. But like you were saying, we're all tied up here. Humber looking to take their first lead of the game. Another thing that's pretty interesting to note is that really, like you said, the turnovers for Niagara, that's been the main issue for them, and that's what's been causing them to kind of this lead to slowly dwindle its way down. Their hot start really allowed them to kind of have that opportunity where they didn't have to worry about the turnovers being an issue, but as the game has progressed and Humber's gone hotter and hotter with their play, you know, those turnovers are becoming a bigger and bigger issue.
Humber is one of only 2 Ontario teams in the national rankings. Humber sits number 2 in the country. The Algonquin College program sits in the 10th spot. Let's take a look here. Instant replay, the HSN instant replay, and you know, it's just been that kind of half so far. A turnover from Niagara. Brittany English led the charge. And Humber converting on offense. As we get back to real time, teams breaking the huddle. Now, Humber's number 2 in the country. Meanwhile, Niagara number 8 in the province. Obviously, Humber in the number 1 spot in Ontario. Now, certainly it looked like Niagara was in the driver's seat, but boy, oh boy, they have really been turning the ball over here. The offense has gone quieter than quiet. Bapti with a chance to give Humber the lead.
First shot up. First shot good, and that'll do it. Humber has their first lead of the game. Only took us 3 quarters, but they grabbed it 36-35. And you see on your screen, second-year player out of Mississauga, Ontario, Sarah Bapti, goes 2 for 2 at the line.
Bapti now in double digits here tonight. That free throw put her at the 10-point mark.
And I read it out before, but Bapti, she really wanted me to emphasize the fact that team basketball has been the focus for this Humber Hawks team as they come down the stretch here for the final couple games of this season. And I'll look to see how they do throughout these last couple games, but so far in this one, they've been playing a lot better as the clock progresses. And a nice move by Tara Mitchell to get around her defender for a basket, and that'll break the scoreless drought for Niagara here in the third quarter.
Now, good score there for Niagara, but I like the defensive play by Humber. The energy's up, a big contrast to more of the flat play we saw from Humber in the first half. So good news for the Hawks, trending in the right direction.
Bonnick down low, the finger roll to finish it. 22 in white, Marley Bonnick having a great job, having a great night, down low.
Marley Finesse Bonnick, whether it's the
Finesse
footwork
Bonnick
or the touches, just another beautiful basket from number 22. She's got 9 tonight.
Just thrown up, not going to fall. Kia Watt with the rebound, and away we go the other way. Driving, a little floater off the rim and in. Kia Watt. Back and forth we go. Humber has the lead.
Zach, good news. It looks like Molly Taylor is going to be checking back into the game here for the Knights. She went down with that ankle injury. Evidently got taped up and ready to roll.
She's been a big factor for the Knights in that first half, trying to get it going. May Del Mundo for 3, not going to go. But like you said, good news. And player safety, number one thing that we always say here on the desk is just player safety. Make sure everybody's healthy, safe, not getting injured. So glad to see that she'll be all right. Crawford now gets the rebound.
Safety first.
Exactly.
Then teamwork.
That's
the rules here at HSN. Ooh, and that time a heavy collision under the net. And
like they say, death, taxes, and safety first.
Bonnick, we've been talking about her prowess in the offensive and defensive ends. That time picks up the foul. So Humber now with a 4-point lead, and you wonder, is this going to just be how the rest of the game plays out? Humber is now switched on. Are they just going to kind of establish what we've seen out of them all season? They're undefeated for a reason. Looking good here in the second half.
Defense has to just continue to step up like it has in the last 2 quarters. Tasia Wareham down low fighting, no call. Molly Taylor back in it, and Chateau in a match right there. Tug of war between the two. So it'll be a jump ball, Niagara Knights ball.
You know, Humber's a team that's very deep. You know, a lot of players really involved in the scoring and a lot of facets of the game. But one thing that's really across the board you see with Humber, tenacity, fight. Nicole Chateau ripping that ball away earlier just moments ago.
And rebound. She's going to drive the lane. No one around her. Can't get it to fall. The finger roll just a little bit too strong from Chateau, but a great burst of speed to get some space. But now it'll be Niagara Knights going the other way. Baptiste trying to tear it. Fighting is Molly Taylor, not going to go. English gets it, and it's the defense stepping up once again. Brittany English driving. Going to pass it to Baptiste in the corner. Did she step out of bounds? She did. Unfortunate break for the side of Humber.
Baptiste can't believe it. She heads back into the defensive end. Now seeing Molly Taylor, number 23 for the Knights, moving pretty good on that ankle after getting it taped up with the trainer's table. So looks like Taylor, who so far has 11 points, 8 points for the Knights, a big contributor back in. So maybe that'll kind of spark Niagara here to make a charge and take back the lead.
7 seconds left on the shot clock. Drive in. Foul called. That'll be on Del Mundo.
This game's flying by, partner. We're only 1 minute left in the third.
Yeah, that first quarter really kind of just flew by, like you said. I mean, before we knew it was halftime, and Kiowa was draining a nice three-pointer to end the quarter. And I don't know if you were here for it during that intermission, partner, but we almost had someone walk away with $1,000.
Oh, no, I went outside to fill my water. The shoot for cash, we almost had
had someone hit it for $1,000. They got all the way to the half-court shot and just missed.
I would love to broadcast that half-court $1,000 shot contest we do in halftime. That is electric.
It was electrifying indeed. The whole gym was right behind her. Del Mundo trying to find something, driving to the net. Nice pass down low to Chateau. Gets it stripped away, and away we go. Gets it right back, excuse me. Nicole Chateau, do it all yourself.
Steals it back, Zach, and Nicole Chateau, making it look easy, will not be denied up that pretty finger roll.
What a play on defense and on offense, and she continues to do it down low. Guarding Molly Taylor. Taylor now goes up for the shot, can't get it to drop. Tasia Wareham takes it across the timeline. Gives it off to Chateau. 1 second left, shot from the mid-range, and what an ending to the quarter by number 7, Nicole Chateau.
Boy, the Niagara Knights are singing the buzzer beater blues. They've been beat twice now by buzzer beaters by the Hawks. Of course, that big 3-ball from Watt at the end of the first half. English once again making good on a shot late in the frame. Hawks now lead by 8.
Wow, what an ending to that third quarter. I mean, action-packed to say the least. Humber Hawks' defense coming through strong, much needed. And then you look at it, offense. I mean, you gotta give credit to Nicole Chateau. I mean, gets the strip away, gets the finger roll, and then right back, buzzer beater shot from the shoulder. And I mean, just impressive to say the least from number 7.
Now, I got a little distracted when you were talking, partner. There is a young Humber Hawks fan. He must be about 3 years old. He's got the cutest little Pascal Siakam jersey on. I can't get over it. But you mentioned it. Nicole Chateau laid in that frame, turned it over, stole it right back. That was a big momentum play. And then, of course, the buzzer beater. Hawks have really turned this game upside down in terms of they were really chasing it for the majority of the game. Here in the third intermission, the Hawks up by 8. Sarah Baptiste, a big part of the Hawks' reversal of fortunes, trying to go 13-0, keep the perfect season alive.
Like you said, Sarah Baptiste being one of the key contributors. Got to look at Brittany English as well, just on defense. Have yourself a game. 5 steals for number 4. And maybe we got to give props to Sarah Baptiste's grandmother. Maybe she was the one that went into the locker room, give the pep talk to the squad. Get everybody fired up. You see her clapping, cheering on her granddaughter. So the energy for sure is here in the building. And we're underway once again for quarter number 4. Baptiste trying to find something over to Kia Watt. Chateau now driving down low. Trying to get a step around Molly Taylor and just a double dribble. Defense showing strong right there by Taylor.
Nicole Chateau, she has 6 points on the night, but leading the way for the Humber Hawks. 14 points from Kia Watt, stepping up big in the absence of Humber's leading scorer, Kaya Clark, who is not suited up today.
And Humber Hawks looking for another big defensive stop. Brittany English on her defender. The size difference doesn't matter for number 4. Contested shot still. Bapti trying to create room on the baseline. And she gets the foul called. Good job by number 15 to draw that one for Humber.
Lepense charged with the foul. First-year player for Niagara. And Watt feeds it in easily to Bonnick.
Chateau trying to find an open player. Bapti in the corner. Nice pass off to Kia Watt. Pump fake move. Back to Bapti for 3. Not going to go. Bonnick, though, with the rebound. Kia Watt now for 3. Not going to fall again. And rebounded by the Niagara Knights. You said it, partner. There was not much time left on that shot clock. And Sarah Bapti on defense rejects that one.
Yeah, active hands on defense. Bapti is inspired at both ends of the floor. Good defense there, giving Niagara a little taste of their own medicine, partner. Niagara leads the OCAA in blocks. That time they were on the business end of a block from Bapti. Alliteration.
A little bit of fierce in the stare down afterwards by Bapti once she got the hand on that one.
Well, I mean, we talked about number 15 for Humber, Bapti. It's the intensity, the whole Humber team. We just got to look at their bench. Head coach AJ Sharma, I think that's something he preaches, is intensity, tenacity, and fight. Humber's shown a lot of it so far this season. They're undefeated and ranked number 2 in the nation.
Nice pass over to Bapti in the corner, shakes her defender, and tried to find an open Brittany English, but sidestepping right there was Harrison, able to get it. Taylor driving to the net, not going to go. And it is go out of bounds. I believe it'll be Humber Hawks basketball.
AJ Sharma has just really carved out his place in the annals of Humber Hawks sports. A fantastic coach in his 11th year with the program, leading Humber to many provincial championships, including last year. A couple of national championships in there as well, Zach, for Coach Sharma.
Yeah, just one of the great coaches we have here at Humber. Count the bucket and the foul. Brittany English. I said it before, I'll say it again. Height doesn't measure heart. The words by former Toronto Blue Jay Marcus Stroman, and I mean Brittany English is showing it right here. The fight. First and last shot up good, so the three-point play is through. Checking out is Bapti, and in is Sydney Crawford. In action, picking up once again. The Hawks now lead it by 11. Tale of 2 games so far here between the Knights and the Hawks. Down low, Molly Taylor trying to find something. Gets double teamed, stripped away by Bonnick. Outlet pass to Chateau, the finger roll. Nicole Chateau finishing the play.
Great play there. Connection from Bonnick to Chateau. Great bounce pass from Marley. And Nicole with the finish.
And the shot up and good. And it's been a different second half for the Niagara Knights. I believe that's their second bucket in the second half total.
That's a great point. A full quarter and a change, and just 2 buckets to show for it.
And it could be something of that fatigue shown, that short bench. You have players coming on and off. Could the fatigue be shown for the Knights?
On offense now.
Another rebound by number 4. And now Kia Watt will cross the timeline. Slow the play down. Gives it out to Crawford. To Watt for 3. And just off the rim. Rebounded by the Niagara Knights, and they'll take it the other way. Stripped away, but not fully off of Molly Taylor. Taryn Mitchell to the net. to the net, excuse me, to the basket. We'll shoot for 2. It's been a long day, partner. I'm getting my sports mixed up.
Yeah, it looks like you're still in volleyball mode. Of course, Humber will be hosting, speaking of volleyball, the National Men's Volleyball Tournament here in early March.
I was just getting prepared for it, you know? calling the hoops.
You got volleyball on the brain. Another free throw coming up for Taryn Mitchell. Mitchell's got 11. That's a team high.
Make that 12 right there.
Still a bit short of her average. Of course, we've been talking about Mitchell being the leading scorer for this Niagara team, averaging 12.5 points per game.
A closely contested game in the first half has just kind of blown wide open in the second. Humber Hawks have found their footing, and they have not stopped the onslaught. As Tasia Wareham gets a quick cutting. Kia Watt try to look up for an open shot. Just gets it stripped away by Russo. And down the court, shot up, not gonna go. Cindy Crawford, good defense. The battle and the jump ball. It'll be Niagara Knights ball after.
Pretty good steal there, partner. That was courtesy of Diana Saoud, who ripped that away. But I'll tell you what, that defensive stand by Niagara, very strong. And that could be something if they keep up. Could turn the tide here, but right now the Knights trail by 10.
Trying to get it going down low. Shot up. It's Tasia Wareham with the block, but the travel gets called. That is huge. The interior defense has just been sensational here in the second half.
See if Niagara tightens up defensively like we saw on the last possession.
Baptiste.
But yeah, that was on the other end. That was a block-induced travel. It was a good job by Humber on D.
Kia Watt with the pump fake, drives to the net, not gonna go. It'll be a push and I believe a foul called. So Kia Watt will go to the line to shoot 2. And the Hawks have a chance to extend this lead out to 12.
One of the Niagara Knights players just threw her teammate a water bottle, but
it was a little bit too hard.
There was,
It wasn't a curveball, it was a fastball. It was a mix-up in size.
And that bottle hit the hardwood with a thud. I thought the water was going everywhere.
I thought it was exploding. Have a technical difficulty, even though technical difficulty for water on the court.
Get them towels out now. An 11-point lead for Humber. Great feed inside.
And travel called. And you can hear the Hawks bench getting noisy. It's Kaya Clark leading the way on the bench, hyping everybody up. And even though she's not, starting, she's been high-fiving. She's been getting loud for her squad. So very much still a factor in this game.
That's that Kyle Lowry effect. Remember when Lowry would be on the Raptors?
Oh,
even
yeah.
when he was injured, he was like all of a sudden assistant coach out there from the sideline.
Trying to drive it to the net, not going to fall. Foul is called. Going to the line to shoot 2 is Diana Solid.
Who's your favorite Raptor of all time, Zach?
Ooh, favorite Raptor of all time. I don't know, actually. Probably would be DeRozan. Lowry is definitely up there for me. He's probably my number 2. It's hard between those two, you know?
I'm going to go off the beaten path. I'm going to say Reggie Evans. Just a real
Evans.
Grit, tenacious young man.
2 shots
Great
up,
beard
both
too.
good.
Sorry, you can get back to this game.
I wish I could grow a great beard. Unable to do that. But back to the action here in the women's basketball to finish things up here. Just under 5 minutes remaining. Baptiste in the corner. She's going to go for 3 again. Not going to be able to fall. And hopping a little bit. Looks like might have had her foot stepped on after the shot. Trying to find an opening now to the Knights. This game not out of hand just yet. 9-point lead. Taryn Mitchell for three, not going to fall.
That was a deep ball there from Mitchell. And again, she is that premier three-point threat for Niagara that time. Off the mark.
Facilitating the team right now on the court is Bapti. Nicole Chateau gets it. Quick pass to Bapti. Over to Crawford. She's going to try to drive the lane. The great down low by Sydney Crawford can't go. But it goes off the hands of the Knights, and it'll be Humber basketball. A little bit of a miscommunication between the two Knights players going down low for that one. Crawford pulls up quick. Mid-range J not going to go. Rebounded by Molly Taylor. She'll take it across the timeline. Just trying to go coast to coast. Russo for three, not going to go. Tasia Wareham picks up that rebound. Now she's going to go coast to coast. And I believe it'll be called a charge. It is definitely so. No shots for the Hawks, but the ball does get turned over to the Niagara Knights.
Zach, the Knights have 5 points so far in quarter number 4. In the third quarter, the Knights scored only 2 deuces, partner, and that has been really the turning point as Humber now has that near double-digit lead, but Niagara with a chance to cut into it here.
Been a tale of 2 games so far. The Knights came out swinging, throwing their best punches. And Molly Taylor going up for the basket. They threw their best punches in the first 2 quarters, but the second 2, Humber answering right on back, saying we're not out of it just yet. Bapti gonna cut a corner, looking for Chateau for 3. Nothing but net from the corner. Chateau drains it.
It's a great looking shot from Chateau. Number 7 with a big 3. And again, that is a strong part of her game. Ripped away by Watt.
Fast break. Kia Watt up for the layup. And we'll finish it. The steal to the points. Kia Watt, do it all yourself. Humber are up by 12.
That's a quick 5 points on back-to-back possessions by Humber.
Going down low to Taryn Mitchell. Not going to fall. Rebounded by Bapti. She'll just slow things down. Just over 2 minutes left in this ball game. Bapti at the top of the key, over to Chateau. She'll go for the mid-range J just off the front side of that rim. Not going to fall. And rebounded by the Knights, who will take it the other way. Try to mount some kind of comeback here. Nice moves at the top of the key. Shot up and shot good. Fancy footwork right there by Diana Sawwood.
Nicole Chateau for Humber has 11 points right now.
English trying to find an open player. Gives it off to Watt. Slowly studying her defender. Turns the corner, drives. Not going to fall off the rim. And you heard it right there by PA announcer Dwayne Bowles. Under 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. If Niagara wants to do anything, this is the time to do it. Spin move to the net, not going to go. Nicole Chateau gets the rebound. Nice little pump fake to fake out the defender. Bapti, fancy move, just gives it off to Watt, and they'll slow it on down. Time is on their side right now. Spin move by Kia Watt. Off to English for 3. In and out and falls in. Brittany English gets the bucket.
Young hearts be free tonight. 3 ball from Brittany English. And you know, Zach, it was a 10-point game. Now we're talking about a 13-point differential. Boy, not a lot of time left. Now we're getting some things ironed out here.
I believe that Humber thought a timeout was called. But no timeout was indeed called, and action will continue. 1:20 remaining. Humber 59, Niagara 46. Humber looking to go a perfect 13-0. Taryn Mitchell for 3. It goes in. Niagara not going down without a fight. They're down 10.
By no means an insurmountable lead, but a lot's going to have to go right for Niagara late in the game.
Bapti spinning. The little floater high off the backboard. Sarah Bapti.
That is the dagger potentially from Sarah Bapti. We've been talking about her all game long. Grandma's in attendance. Grandma Bapti's having a great time, and the young Bapti playing a good game, and you can tell like she's getting supported by Bonnick there. Number 15 for Humber has been laying it all out there, as you know one does when
when grandma's in town visiting from Arizona. You got to put on a show, and Bapti has done that so far today. I mean, maybe not scoring the most on the team, but she's contributing in other ways. It's been the defense, it's been the playmaking, the facilitating. It's just been superb so far from number 15 in white. But as we are in this timeout, you can see right there, head coach AJ Sharma talking to his squad, informing them what needs to happen in this remainder. You look at it right here, Bapti just finding an open Nicole Chateau, catching nothing but net. And just great plays out of this squad right now. Timeout is over, and we will go with, I believe, a minute's left on the clock. Could be wrong, could just be the rest of the timeout time coming through. But we'll get that sorted out. Nope, there is indeed exactly 1 minute. And there we go. Countdown is on. Last minute remaining. Niagara trying to find something. Step back three, not gonna fall. Kia Watt with the rebound. She'll try to turn a corner. Slowing it down is Kia.
Desperation shot on the other end from Niagara. Won't go. And Hawks milking the clock here. Wise decision. Something AJ Sharma certainly talked about in that timeout.
Kia Watt trying to find a lane. We'll take it. Drive. And count the foul. She'll go to the line to shoot two. And you said it, Sarah Bapti might have put the dagger in the backs of the Knights. But Kia Watt, this could be the one that finishes them off completely.
And
at the line, shooting two.
Behind us, partner, the men's team's getting ready to roll. Stay tuned here on the Hawk Sports Network. The fellas, Niagara Knights versus the Humber Hawks men's team. Scheduled tip-off, 8 o'clock. Maybe a hair later than that, but not by much.
First
Should
shot.
be a good one.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be a great one. And Kia Watt gets the second one to go. Goes 50% there at the stripe. And let's see if Niagara has anything left in the tank. 23 seconds left. Bonnick, heavy defense. Down low to Molly Taylor. And a nice little bucket right there. Reverse layup by Molly Taylor.
Yeah, very nice looking play by Taylor. She kind of used the element of deception there. Kind of got lost in the mix, but ultimately, partner, not enough to surmount the very strong second half effort of the Humber Hawks.
And that'll do it. Time expires. The Humber Hawks a perfect 13-0 on the season. And this one, they gritted it out. The tale of two halves. Humber started off slow, but that third quarter came and they erupted, winning it 62-51. And we're one game done of this doubleheader here at the Hawks Nest. Good one to say the least, but good one to say the least. You can hear the music, the guitar grift coming through, but don't go anywhere. We have one more game on the ledger. It's the men's basketball teams going up. Niagara Knights and the Humber Hawks. Should be a highly contested one, so don't go anywhere.
You said it, partner. Great men's game coming up. Player of the game for Humber in this women's matchup, Nicole Chateau. Well-deserved.
Very well-deserved indeed. And Mr. Matt Hamill, you'll be the one leading us on the way in the play-by-play for the second game. So, like I said, don't go anywhere. We got more basketball coming your way.